importer, licensed manufacturer, licensed dealer, or licensed collector to sell or deliver any firearm or ammunition to any individual who the licensee knows or has reasonable cause to believe is less than 18 years of age, and if the firearm or ammunition is other than a shotgun or rifle, or ammunition for a shotgun or rifle, to any individual who the licensee knows or has reasonable cause to believe is less than 21 years of age. It is against federal law. Thank you.
An AR is a rifle.
Thank you for your testimony. You just heard the vice chair talk, and two things for the less than 18. The problem is that what the federal government says is regulated, they're dealing with handguns. And in Maryland, now what we're saying is regulated includes common rifles that people right now can buy in this state, that somebody could buy in Virginia or anywhere else. These folks come back from tours of combat, and they're not allowed to have the same weapon that they had when they were overseas, that they can't use for sporting purposes or their own home defense. That's the type of thing that they ought to be allowed to do. If you want to restrict them on handguns, well then okay, I guess we can look at that. We were hoping to give some more rights, but to restrict them on the rifles and these things, this is the outrage. This is the people that we send off, and they come back and say, I'm more free when I'm over in Iraq or Afghanistan than I am when I'm in Maryland. And that's the outrage. That's why the committee unanimously put this in the bill, because they were concerned about that, and they didn't want to send a mixed message. And I appreciate discussing it, because we want to get it right, but we can't get it right if there's still questions on this floor. And Mr. Speaker, that's why I have a green vote in favor of holding this oath.
Howard County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to explain my green vote. As I read the law, ladies and gentlemen, it says, the U.S. Code says, for the purposes of this subsection, the term juvenile means a person who is less than 18 years of age, as was pointed out by the gentleman from Anne Arundel County. But what we have here, Mr. Speaker, is a rush job in the city that holds the United States Naval Academy, in a building where George Washington resigned his commission from the Continental Army of the United States. We have a left-wing legislature on a jihad to take away the right of active duty military. I'll say it again. We have a legislature in Maryland willing to minimize the rights of active duty military in the city of Annapolis where George Washington resigned his commission. It's offensive. This amendment is rushed, and this is a sham job of the citizens of Maryland, so this governor can punch his national ticket. And I find it patently offensive. Patently